Good afternoon, everyone. I'm audible.
Good afternoon, ma'am. You're audible.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. So, hello, everyone. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to Technical Session 11B. I am Rajnandini Patil, and this session will be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research
Yep.
Foundation and GR Scholastic, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 10th International Conference on Smart Trends in Computing and Communication, Pune, India. The 10th edition of the conference is being organized in hybrid mode. The virtual event is being held through Zoom from 19 to 21st January 2026. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive sessions through the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given 10 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for question and answers. On 9 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. And it's a quick note that please don't exceed your presentation time. There is another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remark. If you have any query or update, then you can write it to me in chat box. Just before we start the session, I would like to introduce all to the chair for this session. That's Dr. Chandrakant Kokane. Dr. Chandrakant Kokane is an associate professor at Vishwakarma Institute of Technology, Pune, India. With 10 years of professional experience, his research interests include machine learning, natural language processing, and artificial intelligence. And he is actively engaged in teaching and research in this domain. Welcome to the session, sir.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon, all. Am I audible,
Good.
Patilma?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes. Can we start?
Yes, sir. Now let's start with the first research paper. For this, I would like to call Yogesh Ashok Mane for the paper title AI-enabled occupant detection and profile-based service provision for smart building system. I kindly
Yes.
request the presenter to start with the presentation.
Yes. Hi, madam. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. I am
Yogesh,
sharing.
sir, please start your camera so that we can
Yes.
see your happy face.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Please start, sir.
Uh, hello.
Yes, sir, it's
Yes,
visible.
it's
You
visible.
can start,
Oh,
please.
okay.
Yes, please start, sir.
So, thank you, sir. Myself, Yogesh Mane. I am working in Walchand College of Engineering as assistant professor. My research topic is AI-enabled occupant detection and profile-based service provisioning for smart building system. So this is the abstract for topic. So occupant behavior significantly influence building conditions. Such accurate occupancy prediction enables energy saving and efficient resource management. Our main idea is occupant behavior plays a crucial role in shaping indoor conditions such as lighting, temperature, and humidity. So, for instance, they can regulate indoor environments, lighting, air circulation, temperature, while ensuring and for instance, light automatically switch off when a room is empty and turn back on when these technologies that its use. First, start from introduction, then problem statement, literature review, objectives, methodology, result, conclusion, and references. So in introduction, first, energy saving potentials. So accurate occupancy predictions enables 15 to 30% energy reduction by aligning usage with real demand. 30% energy saving with such kind of simulation based model suggesting up to 30% reductions. So the principle is simple: align energy using with the real demand, ensuring systems like HVAC, which is heating, then air conditioning and lighting operate only when needed. So this not only reduces waste but also lowers operational cost significantly. Next one is rising industrial consumptions. So despite government targets, if we consider the global government can make some provisions for energy conservation. So despite government targets aiming for 20% reduction in energy use, industrial consumptions continues to rise. So this highlights a gap between the policy and practice. So going risk to both resource efficiency and environmental sustainability, which underlines the urgency of adopting smarter and demand-driven energy strategies. Next one is commercial office focus. So offices also consumes a major share as we consider our government offices, which consumes major share of energy consumptions due to their vast in-floor areas and service logistics. Next one is smart building applications. So occupancy data is the backbone of smart building systems. It enables lighting, ventilation. Beyond energy, it supports the park management, space utilization, and occupancy data can guide evacuation strategies as well. So next one is profile-based provisioning. So profile-based provisioning here system like temperature, lighting, estimates, then optimize resources, enhance safety, and a tangible process towards sustainability goals. So next one is our problem statement. Strongly influence energy consumption patterns. So one of the biggest factor driving energy use is occupant behavior, how people interact with lighting, heating, and ventilation systems. The traditional method struggles with reliable human identifications. They rely on sensors or manual encoding or manual inputs, but these approaches are not always reliable for identifying human presence. So this lack of accuracy leads to wasted energy and poor resource management. So to address this, we propose a deep learning based similarity estimation approach, and this method is designed to provide robust and reliable occupant detection, which improves prediction and ultimately enable smarter energy management system. So in literature survey, we studied some research papers, so which shows the framework integrated multiple sensors for energy efficiency and the passive infrared sensors, PI, are simple, cost effective, but limited in subtle or slow movement. And sensor fusion strategy is another one important concept. Here, multiple sensors are used like PIR plus CO2, thermal imaging, and visible light. And last one is computer vision techniques. So richer contextual information, identify verification and adaptability of lightning and occlusion. Here we use MTCNN like algorithms for accuracy. So this is the literature review. Here the IoT, thermal and image sensing, and traditional face recognition as well. And we use the FaceNet deep embedding approach in our proposed model. So those are some primary advantages. Also, some in environmental sensing, cost effective, high privacy, and low power. In sensor fusion and IoT, improved accuracy or single sensor PIR. And in thermal and image sensing, works in low light, detects subtle movements. And, and if we compare with traditional face recognition, which provides identity verification, risk contextual data, and last one is deep embedding, where unified framework for verification, ID, and clustering human level accuracy. We highlights limitations as well. So after studying this all literature, these are our objectives: to study energy management in building automation systems using IoT and AI technology, to design a profile-based SBS, which is smart building system, employing deep learning algorithm to achieve energy scheduling and conservation, to implement SBS to achieve metrics such as improved efficiency, usability, and energy
Sorry for the
optimization.
interruption, but you only have 1 minute left to complete the presentation.
Yes, sure, ma'am. So to evaluate performance of the system, mainly use ROC curve and confusion metric. To analyze SPS performance further, mainly for ambience, resilience, and related quality of service aspects. Okay. So these are our methodology. We start from context information acquisition. In this, we read and display the data from sensors. Next one is occupancy prediction. So based on real-time sensors, data predict room occupancy, and then profile-based service provisioning. So the FaceNet and MTCN is used for facial recognition. If the room is occupied, then check profile rule base. If a person from high profile, low profile, or no profile. So initially, we just use these three profiles. So services like a fan, air conditioner, lights, etc. based on the identified person profile, which allocates feature services accordingly. Otherwise, all appliances are turned off. And we will measure how much energy we have saved during a particular time. Okay. So this is a face recognition system. So first one is face detection, then feature extraction and face classification. So we receive face ID. In face detection, we detecting one or more faces in an image. In feature extraction, we are extracting the most important features from an image. And in face classification, we are classifying the face based on extracted features. So this is the MTCNN model. Where are three main parts: PNet, YNet, and ONet, where we can face classification, bounding box recreation, and facial landmark localization. So based on these features, we can accurately predict the image. This is the structure diagram. Okay. So the four main sensors: CO2 concentration, room air humidity, room temperature, and luminosity data. So based on these the four sensors and their data, we predict occupancy first. Then we recognize the face, and based on the face, we are providing the different profile-based provisioning, commissioning. So this is our classification matrix for occupancy prediction model. We have achieved 98% accuracy. Then result. So descriptive analysis before modeling helps understand data patterns. Then there are some visualizations. So this is we done on our own data set, and the tested on celebrity data set, which is available on Kaggle. So this is result where predicted identity with associated probability displayed in image title and ROC curve. Then correlation matrix, confusion matrix. And conclusion is accurate occupancy prediction is the key strategy to curb rising energy demand in buildings. So user behavior significantly influences consumptions and feedback mechanisms, which encourage energy efficient practices. So our proposed deep learning based identification methods with similarity estimations ensures robust recognition, evaluation on public and proprietary data sets, which is our own data set, validate its effectiveness, and paving the way of smarter, sustainable building ecosystem. So these are some references about the data set, and some key references added. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so
Yeah,
much,
sir, you
sir.
can proceed with the questions.
Yes, Yogesh sir, nice presentation. I have some
Thank
questions related to your topic. So my first question is, what real life or real world problem motivates you for this research topic? I just want to know what is motivation behind this topic.
Sir, the main motivation when I see some government offices, the no one is present inside the room. Still, the fans, lights, and all those appliances are turned on, and energy is wasting. So I thought we can make something based on IoT and whatever we have learned in our curriculum, so which will helpful for society.
Okay, so according to my understanding, you are going to take images as an input, then you are going to process that images, then you are
Yes,
going to predict something, whether uh, objects are there or not. So
yes,
can you
yes.
just go to the methodology? I have one question on methodology.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, next slide, please. Next slide.
Yes,
Sir, here you are talking about the face detection, means image you are going to accept as an input. Next,
yes.
is there any pre-processing stage required here before face detection? What do you think?
Um, yes, sir.
Actually, you
Miss,
have written your face detection. I was expecting object detection because human beings you are going to identify from that particular room. Okay. So, do we need any pre-processing here, image pre-processing, so we can remove the noise?
yes, yes, sir. So we start by detecting faces in an image using MTCNN, which locates and align facial regions. Then feature extraction means FaceNet model that extract key features called embeddings and that uniquely represent each faces. And these embeddings are classified using a support vector machine algorithms, which generates a face ID.
Sir, feature extraction, what algorithm we are using for feature extraction?
Sir, we use SVM.
Support vector machine.
Yes,
So, do you know the output of SVM? It should be a feature vector.
yes, yes.
Do you know the dimension of feature vector? What dimensional feature vector will be generated by SVM
Mhm.
after feature extraction? Okay. Next, that feature vector will be provided as the input to the classifier. So I think you are
Yes,
using here CNN, convolutional neural network.
yes.
Yeah. So on next slide, you have said that here you are saying that convolutional neural network 3 by 3. So sir, do you know the meaning of 3 by 3? This 3 by 3.
Um, Sir, I guess
Mm-hmm.
uh,
So your topic is very, what you can say, very good topic you have. Okay. Then why the name is given as a smart building system?
because sir, it is basically we are targeting uh, the smart building means for smart buildings or smart cities. So that's why we use the smart building systems.
What I observe, Yogesh sir, your topic is really very good. If you are going to implement this topic will be the miracle. But
Yes.
after just reading your topic, okay, nobody is getting the idea ki what actually you are doing. You're talking about the smart building. I thought you are just going with the construction, smart construction. But your topic is really good.
Okay.
And yeah, uh, do you know the any limits or drawbacks of a traditional smart building system that AI is going to work in?
Yes, sir. In traditional smart building systems, there are use of particular sensors. or use some means manual inputs. So here we studied based on our results. We in our correlation matrix, if we seen there are multiple sensors, we have to use uh, collaboratively. So we gives the better results instead of using a specific sensor.
Thank you so much, sir. All the best. Over to
Yes.
you, madam.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Yogesh. Can you please unshare your presentation?
Oh, sure.
So for the next presentation, I would like to call Utkarsh Mahajan for the paper title AI-driven personal finance platform and intelligence system for automated budgeting, transaction and decision support. I kindly request the presenter to start with the presentation.
Hi, ma'am. A warm good afternoon to everyone.
Yes.
So let
Good
me
afternoon.
share my yes.
And it's humble
So
request to keep your presentation time span up to 8 to 10 minutes. Please don't exceed that.
This is
sure,
very
sure.
important.
Let me share my screen. Ma'am, it is visible, ma'am.
Yes, it's visible.
So my presentation is little bit different from others as I'm just I want to edit some things, so I just presenting it. So hi sir, hi ma'am. So my project is AI platform where it's a personalized platform to manage our money, to manage our data and daily transactions. It is based on the uh, AI, so it helps to make our decisions and make decisions and
Okay,
help
so
to track
Utkarsh,
our
sorry to
expenses.
interrupt. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
Please share your screen. Means please start your presentation. Not
sir.
able to see. Have you started? You have not shared, I think, complete screen. You are just sharing particular window. Please start press F5, F5.
Oh, okay, okay, sure. It is visible, sir.
Have you shared your screen?
Yes, sir. I have shared, sir.
Ah,
Now it is visible, sir.
yes, it's visible. Slide show karo, slide show. F5, just press F5. Function F5 और वहाँ पे. Yes, very good.
Yeah.
And
Thank you for guiding.
please go ahead.
Yeah. So I will start with an abstract of my project as it's a project presenting an AI platform for a financial management system. Uh, where it is going to be help in daily basis of our decision making of money. So we are using here clerk as an authentication. One thing should be, it should be more secure and personally to handle the data. So we are going to, as a database, we are going to use PostgreSQL. So in that, subspace is an interface where we are going to use an APIs or secret keys for of that. So again, Prisma is one of them, and ORM databases operations, and Next.js and Twinner for the CSS. So we are going to use Google AI to interact and also to make beautiful inslets of our data. And unlike traditional data, so in traditional days, all the data or all the financial data were written, and they have to track that all the data. So my project is like, it is smart and with accurate. So introduction, a financial tech, it's a fintech. So it's a transformation of personal money to the management, and also it is automate the categories, budget planning, and also automate the decision making and financial recognition, sir. So traditional tools were relying on manual and rule based tracking. So these were the purposes. So my project problem statement is to develop an AI platform to provide a personal insights and protective alters and also helping user tracking, manage the budgets and improve the financial decision making. So we have used requirements for my project is that we have used a clerk. It's an authentication and user registration, and also we imported and managed transactions, automatic AI-based recognition, and budget planning and financial forecasting. And also it also detect the anomalies using inject platform. So these all are non-fundamental requirements, and these are the software requirements and hardware requirements. So one of the main uh, key key factor is that we are using API Gemini as an AI to track and also to provide an interaction one to one. So my workflow or a design system is that AI platform. So your clerk is in a login, logout. We can it's authentication based. So after that, my Post SQL, it's a subspace. Postgres SQL, it's a subspace where we can store the data. And here, we can also fetch the Prisma ORM. Also, and we are using Next.js within a Twinlet CSS and Google Gemini for transaction classification and spending patterns and anomalies detection. And also, these are the test cases where we are trying to implement some of the uh, interaction between the users and what are the uses of that. So it is on my platform, some screenshot that I am going to implement. These are the clerk. So here, and these are the inslets that my expenses and income is going to define on which part of I have expend and what is the income, salary and income. These are the literature surveys. We have take some references and we are trying to improve. These are the references where we have used it in our project. So conclusion is the project is successfully driven and AI-powered personalized platform management. It helps to user to track, manage their personal more efficient by the next years for the front end and clerk for the authentication, and also Google Gemini ads for the intelligence by automizing the characteristic transactions and detections. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, first short and sweet presentation.
Thank you, sir.
So you are UG students or PG students?
I'm an undergraduate, sir. I'm just now pursuing
So you are UG. So you are at final year
UG.
right now,
Yes, sir.
and your college name?
Sai with the Institute of Technology, Bangalore.
Bangalore. Okay, so this is your final year project.
Yes, sir.
So what is motivation behind this? Why the transaction management? What is
Yes,
role
sir.
of AI in transaction management? What is your observation?
Sir, now AI is booming everywhere, sir. So one more the slogan is so famous. AI is not taking our job. Who are going to use AI, they are going to take our job. So there is a technology, sir. Just we have to use it, sir. Basically, everyone are like earn. They know how to earn, sir, but they don't know how to manage the money, sir. In the age of 20 they can earn crores together and they're earning like lakhs together. So how to perfect management of AI with money management, sir? As my father, he is like earning money but not as investing, smart decision making. So I try to implement in my project, sir. Means understanding where the money is, how to save and where to spend.
Okay, so you just took this idea from your father.
Yeah, sir.
So next question is, tell me about post GRE SQL.
Sir, it's a very frequent or flexible database, sir. As it is not similar as an SQL or MySQL, it can be verified between both, sir. Means we can also alter it or we can also change in direct. We can go directly in the local list of a PostgreSQL Prisma and we can change the data or we can delete the data, sir. It's flexible, so I use it PostgreSQL.
And one more thing is, whenever we are going to open this Google Pay and Phone Pay, already we are getting the expenses month wise, year wise. Okay, deposited money, withdrawal money, the same thing is available there.
Oh yes, sir. Basically Google Pay and Phone Pay are, they will show if you paid from Google Pay, they will show transaction of Google Pay only, sir. From Phone Pay, they will show transaction of Phone Pay. It's not a single platform, sir. I'm providing a single platform where daily transactions going to be tracked, sir.
One more question is how you are going to fetch the transaction details? Do you have any what we can say connection with API or user is going to enter manually?
Sir, we can enter manually also, sir, and we
Manually.
can also scan the receipt. If I have any receipt of bill, we can scan it, sir. By API, it will help. Google Gemini API, it will help to scan the receipt, sir.
Okay. So as a student of computer science, you might be knowing about normalization, database normalization. So
Okay,
if
sir. Yeah.
if
Yes.
I ask you, so whatever tables, whatever database you have prepared, so your database or tables are in which normalized form?
Sir, they are in row and column normalized form, sir.
Yeah, it's tabular representation, whether it is in 1NF, 2NF, or 3NF,
Yes.
or BCNF,
Sir, it's in 1NF. 1NF.
first normal form. Do you know the drawbacks of first normal form?
Yes, sir. Basically, it is not so flex. It's not. It's a limited, sir. Not so flexible. So I just try to implement. I will try. Means I will try to improve it further for that, sir.
Okay. So thank you. Yes. Over to you, madam. Nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Utkarsh. Can you please answer your presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. So for the next presentation, I would like to call Anika for the paper title AI-driven resume intelligence system, an end-to-end solution for fair and transparent recruitment. Anika, you can start with your presentation.
Yes. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anika, and I have my co-authors with me, Anisha, Arjun, and Asma. We are from PES University, and the title of our paper is AI-driven resume intelligence system, which is an end-to-end solution. Yeah, next. Okay, so right. So our project is basically an end-to-end solution to the common problems which we face in recruitment. So we have come up with an AI-based comprehensive resume analysis system, which consists of 4 core modules. So we all know that effective recruitment is very important for any organization. And our project aims to solve challenges such as high turnover, poor talent management, and skill to job mismatch. Some of the technologies which we have used in our project are machine learning, NLP, and many models which we'll be covering. So, our paper includes 4 core modules, the first one being data pre processing and feature extraction, followed by turnover prediction, resume classification, and then our white fonting detection module, which is also our novelty. So, yes, next.
Okay, so this is the end-to-end pipeline diagram. So initially, resumes, which are of various different formats like PDF, docx, and txt, will be fed into the document loader, which processes it. And in case the resume is a scanned copy instead of like a PDF file or anything, we make use of OCR, optical character recognition, in order to extract the text. And we do the parsing and pass it to the feature extractor, which makes use of natural language processing technique in order to extract features which are required by the downstream modules like the white fonting detection, resume classification, and turnover prediction. Then the results will be generated as a report, and the visualization metrics also can be seen. So this is the data flow diagram. So the raw, unstructured, unprocessed resumes of any format like PDF, docx, txt will be passed to the data pre-processing and feature extraction module, which processes the resumes, extracts features, and passes the result over to the turnover prediction and predictive analysis modules. The turnover prediction module makes use of 4 machine learning models, that is random forest, gradient boosting, um, and 2 other modules in order to predict how likely a candidate is to leave their job voluntarily. Then the predictive analysis module makes use of machine learning models to predict which job category the resume potentially belongs to. And then the results will finally go to the fairness evaluation module, which detects a malpractice where the font's color and the background color is the same in order to surpass the ATS systems, and the fairness report will be generated as a result. So these are the four key modules: data pre-processing, feature extraction, resume classification, which basically uh, gives us the probability score for each of the job categories. And then the one with the largest or the biggest probability score will be considered as the final outcome. Then turnover prediction, it makes use of the employment history in order to predict the turnover risk level and white fronting detection.
Okay, so starting off with the first module, the data pre-processing module. So this is the initial phase, which also serves as the foundation for all of the subsequent modules. So we have three major features in this. The first is the document loader itself, which supports resumes in three different formats: PDF, TXT, and docs. So we have used pre-built Python functions for extracting the text, which works for almost all of our resumes, apart from the ones which are not created digitally or from the ones which were scanned. And in case they do not have a text layer, we use OCR, which is optical character recognition, as a fallback mechanism. And after the text has been extracted, we extract the various features which are required for us to train our modules in the further in the subsequent ones. So some of the features which we extract are the skills possessed by the candidates, their education details, their employment dates, and all of this is done using regex patterns, pattern matching. So these all are put together in a formatted JSON, which is sent to the subsequent modules. So the clean and sanitized data is then passed on, and some of the core features which we extract, we use natural language toolkit for that. So tokenization is done after converting the entire extracted text to lowercase. We use word tokenize, which is the pre-built function in the library. Stop word removal is also done. So redundant words such as or the or filler words which are not going to be useful for training a model are removed at this stage. And we also do lemmatization, which is converting all of the words to their root form. So this is also to reduce the dimensions and allow us to train our model better. Yes, also emails and phone numbers and other redundant information are also removed using regex-based pattern matching. So the data set is cleaned and sanitized, and important features such as the employment dates, the duration, all of these are calculated and extracted, which will be used in the further modules. Yeah, and we also analyze patterns. Yes. Okay, so this graph over here shows us the OCR accuracy and the file quality. So we have four different kinds of PDFs, and we can see that consistently the OCR quality is around 0.9, which is quite good, and it allows us to achieve accurate results in our models. So these graphs over here illustrate the results of our project, how the resumes actually pan out. So for batch loading, when suppose we have a job which has multiple number of applicants, which can go up to thousands. So this is how our project actually scales. So the average latency actually increases linearly with batch size, and the memory usage also increases linearly with batch size, which is pretty common.
Okay, so the turnover prediction module basically looks for the past employment history from the resume, and it predicts how likely the candidate is to voluntarily leave their job. So there were six features that were considered for this. First is the average tenure, which is the average of the job duration of all the jobs that they have worked so far. Total experience is just a summation of the number of years they've worked throughout their career. Job count, job changing frequency is calculated by taking the job count and dividing it by the average tenure. Presence of gaps between their jobs and the average gap duration. So we have trained four models for this particular module: random forest, gradient boosting, logistic regression, and SVM. So we have imported built-in libraries for these for training these models. Then there are three kinds of output that we can get from this. One is the turnover risk level, high, medium, low, probability score. So that is just a score between 0 to 1, or it can be considered as a percentage as well. So if this probability score is greater than 70%, it's considered as high risk level. Between 40 to 70 is medium, and below.
Sorry to interrupt. I think you are
Okay.
running out of time. Please conclude.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Um, okay. So the performance metrics, the random forest and gradient boosting show the highest accuracies because of the fact that they're ensemble methods. So where multiple weak learners are combined to produce a strong learner.
Yes, so this is the white fonting detection module. So here, many candidates tend to stuff hidden text in their resumes, which goes undetected in the ATS system. So we tend to make those invisible text visible. So few of the features here are font. We analyze the font properties and we
Arjun,
give the
please
term
conclude.
frequency.
Please
Yeah.
conclude. So you have to adjust the timing. 10 minutes are given. You have to do the practice before presentation. The synchronization was good, but what what whatever you are going to present, it should be within 10 minutes. The next slide. Where is the conclusion? I want to see the conclusion. Only
Okay.
10
So
minutes are there. You have prepared for 1 hour presentation. Arjun, please conclude.
Yes, sir. So in for our conclusion, our module in the end, it consists of four modules. The data pre-processing and the turnover was explained, and we've even come up with the fairness evaluation module where we detect unfair resumes and we send the list to the recruiters saying this is unfair resume with all the results of all the four modules with classified resumes, turnover prediction, and white fonting with the percentage on how much it is classified, what text has been detected unfair, and we send that to the recruiters so it is easier for the recruiter to hire in the end.
Okay. So coming to the questions, just go to the methodology. I really wonder after seeing your methodology.
yeah, so each
TS
module
University.
is like it's separate.
TS University is in which state? Yes, your university is in which state? TES in which?
Karnataka,
Karnataka
Bangalore.
in Bangalore.
Go to the methodology fast.
So each module has its own methodology. We can go to
So the first one.
the data flow diagram, which explains
Ah,
everything in one.
yes, yes. Previous one. इसके पहले, हाँ, very good. So this is the methodology, summary of methodology or approach you are talking about. Madam, what do you think? Is it really a diagram? Is it really a presentation or diagram you made for the international conference? Anika, madam, you see the arrows
Yes, sir, I
and
think we could.
same diagram is there in the paper.
No, sir, we have not used
Then,
this in the paper.
then why you are adding extra contents from your side? Whatever there is in the paper. That thing should be in the presentation. Simple funda. Next, you are talking about the document loader. So you are going to talk about PDF, docs, and TXT. So only
Yes.
these three documents are there, types of documents, supported documents, can I say?
Yes, sir. So for our project, only these three are supported. And even if you look at the job trends, most of the resumes are in these three formats. In fact, most of them are in
No,
PDF
I got your
format,
point.
docs.
I just want to ask. Next feature extractor, you are going for the feature extractor. You are talking
Yes.
about the NLTK, Natural Language Tool,
Yes.
okay, which is already available with Python. NLTK is already available with Python. Then why
Yes.
this metadata? What this metadata is playing important role here?
So the metadata is actually like what is the count of the words which are extracted, what are the important skills, what matched with the particular job description. So this is very important for the subsequent modules when we train the modules. So it is like the data about the data is it is required when it some of them are also the features which are used to train the modules. So it is important to be extracted at this stage, so.
So you are UG students or PG students?
Undergraduate, sir. Undergraduate.
Final year.
Yes, sir.
So is it your final year project?
Yes, sir.
Next slide. Go to next slide. You're talking about the next one. Fallback mechanism. Kanika was
Yeah.
talking about the fallback mechanism that I want to ask. What do you mean by this fallback mechanism for OCR?
Yes, sir. So what I meant was initially to extract the text, we use the Python pre-inbuilt libraries, which works if the PDF is digital, which means that we are able to identify a text layer. Now, in case for some reason, for example, if I take a picture and then I upload it, in that case, these pre-built Python libraries will not work because these resumes do not have a text layer. In that case, if the resume is in an image format, we use OCR as a fallback mechanism. So it is not used all of the time, but in case the pre-built libraries are not able to extract any text, OCR is used to ensure that the system doesn't fail, or we can even consider those resumes. So,
Is your project ready?
yes, sir, it's ready.
It's ready. Can you show me the executable file?
Executable file. So we don't have it on this system. We can show you the picture or just go to the.
Okay, one more point. Suppose
Yes.
I'm going to take a pictures, then that
Mhm.
pictures I have a resume, I have taken the pictures, then I'm going to convert that pictures into PDF. And that PDF I'm going to provide as an input to your system. Okay, I just want to see the results. What will be the accuracy of will it work before accuracy, will it work?
So we actually deployed the project as well. We can see in the pictures. Guys, just go to the picture.
So for this scenario, will it work?
Yes, sir, it
आपको
will.
क्या लगता है?
Yes, sir. So we got the data set from Kaggle, so we have split it into training and testing. So
No problem.
on our
How much data
after
you have used for training and how much data you have used for testing? Tell me the
so
name of data set.
70/30.
70/30
Seven.
data set.
So it was obtained from Kaggle. It would be mentioned in the references, I think.
You should
It's
know. It is expected that you should know the name of
Yes,
data
sir. It
set.
has 24 job categories. I think it would be there, the
I
data
was
set.
talking about the name of data set.
Yes, sir. I'll just tell you.
We haven't mentioned it in the slides.
That's why I'm asking. You haven't mentioned in the slides. And why 30/70? Who told you that go with the 30/70?
Uh, Sir, I think that is usually the split that is done, and also based on
No,
our
no, no. This is
mentors'
not the right
guidance,
answer.
our
This
our
should be there in the. That's why we are having literature survey. The thing
yes,
you
sir.
are going to conclude, everything is there in the literature survey.
Yes, sir.
And one more last question. I found that only one person is answering. Yeah, Anisha, there is one term that you have mentioned that is TF-IDF. Can you brief
Yes.
about TF-IDF?
So it's like term frequency, inverse
Full
document
form मुझे
frequency.
मालूम
That
है term
is,
frequency inward document frequency. I
yeah.
just
So
want what is that term?
it is used to find like the importance of a particular feature. Like we have like many words in a particular corpus or data set. So we want to find like what is the importance of each
Is
word
it word
by
embedding?
finding the word.
Is it word embedding technique?
Yeah,
Anisha,
it is used to, yes.
do you know the drawbacks? Who is using this word embedding? Is it context dependent or context independent?
Independent, sir.
Independent. Do you know any word embedding technique which is context dependent?
Yes, sir. BERT is used,
What is full
bidirectional
form of word?
encoder. Bidirectional encoder representation of transformers. So large language models also take into context the because they traverse in both directions. So the semantics are also considered in that.
Arjun, you tell me the dimension. What uh, whatever word vector will be generated by BERT. Do
Yeah.
you know the dimension? How much dimensional word vector will be generated by BERT?
Uh, no, s-
Means every time team leader is not going to answer. You should be ready. Is that clear? Yes. Nice presentation, nice topic. Over to you, Fatih madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Guys, can you please share? Okay. So let's move on towards our next presentation. For this, I would like to call Deepa Verma for the paper title Artificial Intelligence Mechanism and its Impact on Trust of Stakeholders for Sustainability and Empirical Investigation. I kindly request the presenter to start with the presentation. And please try to complete your presentation within the span of 10 minutes and don't exceed that.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, good afternoon.
I'm sharing my presentation.
Yes.
Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. So my topic is artificial intelligence mechanism and its impact on trust of stakeholders for sustainability and empirical investigation. Background this study. This rapid environmental degradation has intensified the need for sustainable business practices. Artificial intelligence has emerged as a strategic enabler of industry-driven decision making. AI adoption introduces concerns regarding transparency, accountability, and ethical governance. And stakeholder trust has become a critical determinant of sustainable corporate legitimacy. The problem statement in my study: increased AI-driven decision making raises
Yes,
concern
sorry to
over
interrupt,
opacity.
Deepa madam. Please start your camera. Please share your means. Uh, please start presentation. Slideshow. I mean to say slideshow. Your
Is it
voice is
visible?
also breaking. Your voice is breaking.
And there are some black dots on your PPT. Can you please check your network? And even your voice is breaking.
Right part is not visible. I think there is a problem with the template, madam.
It's not showing any black dot here. So
But we all can see that. You can share it in PDF mode if possible.
PDF mode.
Yes, instead of PPT, open it in PDF format.
Or you can stop share. Again, you can start sharing, madam. I think there
Okay.
is a problem. Yes. Now you can share
I'm
your
sharing
screen.
it. Yeah. It's okay now?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Is it visible now?
It's visible, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Okay. So the problem statement in my study, like increased AI-driven decision making, raises concern over opacity and algorithm bias. Lack of transparent data governance weakens stakeholder confidence, and the absence of algorithm accountability and ethical liability. Empirical evidence linking AI mechanism and its stakeholder trust remains. Objectives of my study: to examine the impact of AI mechanism on stakeholder trust, to transparency in trust formation, to assess the influence of algorithm accountability mechanism on stakeholder confidence, to validate the AI trust relationship in ESG. Now the literature review, like I studied Ching and Ho. His key insight was transparency enhances trust and acceptance. And Chai, he said that like his insight was ethical AI strengthen institutional legitimacy, reliability. His key insight was trust mediates AI effectiveness. And Sharma, his insight was that accountability reduces misinformation risk. The research frameworks in this independent variables, AI mechanism, data governance, transparency, algorithm accountability mechanism. And the dependent variable is stakeholder trust. The research methodology used is like it's a quantitative and explanatory. Data source were primary, sample size were 210 respondents, and the sampling unit were the stakeholders of ESG-driven organizations. Research tools used are descriptive statistic, correlation analysis, multiple linear regression, ANOVA, collinearity diagnostic, and residual analysis. Descriptive results. Mean scores indicate favorable perception towards transparency. Negative skewness reflects positive stakeholder designation. Low dispersion confirms response consistency. Distribution severity of trust. Correlation and regression results. Strong positive correlation between algorithm accountability and stakeholder trust. AI mechanisms show significant association. Regression explains was 70% variance in stakeholder trust. No multicollinearity issues observed. And no model is statistically significant at 1% level. High F statistic confirm explanatory power. Durbin-Watson statistic validates model stability. Residual satisfy normality and homoscedastic assumptions. The key findings are algorithm accountability is the strongest predictor of stakeholder trust. AI transparency positively influences ethical perception. Data governance reinforces institutional reliability. Trust is structurally embedded, not incidental. And the conclusion, transparent AI mechanisms are fundamental to sustainable corporate governance. Stakeholder trust is cultivated through ethical, auditable, and accountable AI systems. AI governance transcends technical utility and shapes institutional legitimacy. ESG-driven firms must prioritize explainability and data transparency. And the implication of this study in the managerial firm, that there is need for explainable and auditable AI system. Policies strengthening AI governance framework should be made, and theoretical, it extends AI trust literature in sustainability context, and in the practical concept, it enhances long-term stakeholder confidence. Thank you.
So yes, nice presentation, madam. I have some questions. So what is motivation behind this topic? Why stakeholders and why you're talking about the stakeholder satisfaction?
Stakeholder statistic, because like these days when AI is being used, and there is like stakeholders trust is questionable, like because for the sustainability stakeholder trust is there, then like obviously they will trust the AI and AI decisions.
Madam, what stakeholders you are talking about? Any case study? Do you have any case study? For example, stakeholders of the institute. Again, internal stakeholders, external stakeholders.
It's using the sustainable practices on the organizations.
Sorry, ma'am.
It's the organization using the sustainable practices.
Okay. ठीक है. Yes, over to you, Patil madam.
Okay, thank you, Deepa ma'am. Can you please unshare your presentation?
Yes.
Just a minute. So for the next presentation, I would like to call Satakshi for the paper title Determinants of Choice Satisfaction in Mobile Food Application.
Yes, good afternoon. I hope I
Yeah,
am
good
audible.
Yes, you're audible. You
Yeah,
can
I'll
start your
just,
presentation.
yes, sure. I hope my screen is visible as well.
Yes, it's
Yes.
visible.
Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Satakshi Chatterjee, and today I will be presenting on the topic Determinants of Choice Satisfaction in Mobile Food Applications. Now, moving on to the first slide, mobile food applications are very convenient solutions for the purpose of consumption for many people today. So again, we don't need to wait for the food being cooked. It is simply an application away wherein we can order different types of food, different types of quality, and of course we can also expect different kind of services through the use of various delivery apps per se. So again, having said that, consumer satisfaction remains a very critical criteria which not only drives loyalty but it is of increasing concern for both the academics and the practitioners. Today we have, like, if we are talking about the mobile online buying, particularly for the mobile food applications, we have multiple options over there. So again, it becomes evident for us to understand the consumer psychology behind the selection of the mobile food applications. So with this in mind, let me move on to the objective of this study. So the first objective of this paper is basically to identify the factors about the perceived benefits and the perceived risks of the different food delivery applications. And the second objective is that to measure the impact of these factors on the trust of the customers and also ultimately how it is impacting their choice satisfaction. Now, before we move on to the methodology, we did a thorough review of literature wherein basically we have used the BRT model, that is the behavioral reasoning theory, as a theoretical fundamental idea. So, again, as per the BRT model, we have a value system of the consumers which basically have a direct impact on the positive balance, which is basically the perceived benefits which has been depicted in this study, and also there is a negative variable which is being depicted with the help of the perceived risk. Now again, it has been said that in this study we have used health consciousness as this value variable as we have obtained from the literature. And this health consciousness basically drives an understanding and shapes a positive consumer perception, and it also shapes a negative consumer perception per se. And both of this has an impact on the trust of the consumer, which furthermore impacts their choice satisfaction. So again, we have highlighted over here certain literature from where we have drawn all of these things. So again, coming to the hypothesis, we have like 5 hypotheses for this study. H1 states that health consciousness will have a positive and significant impact on perceived benefits. H2 is the same, wherein there is a positive and significant impact on the perceived risks. For H3, the perceived benefits will have an impact on trust. For H4, the perceived risk will have a negative and significant impact on the trust. And H5 states that the trust will have a positive and significant impact on choice satisfaction. So having said that, this is our hypothesized model wherein all the 5 hypotheses has been presented over here. along with the constructs. So having said that, this is a representation of the BRT model as a theoretical foundation, as I have already said. Health consciousness represents the value part, wherein for perceived benefits represents the reasons for a particular behavior, which in this case is the choice satisfaction. And perceived risk is basically the reasons against this particular behavior per se. Now, coming to the methodology part, we have used a cross-sectional descriptive research design. Both the primary data and the secondary data have been used for the study. Mainly, the secondary data was used for the literature review, which I have already spoken about. And for the primary data, the data has been collected from the Indian respondents. Again, two criteria was maintained over here. They need to be health conscious, and second, they have used any kind of mobile food applications. It can be Zomato, it can be Swiggy, or something else. At least once in their lifetime. The sample size that we have taken for the study is 382. So mainly it was collected, the data was collected through an online survey that we had circulated with the use of the social media. And we basically has executed the structural equational modeling. And we have used two software for this, that is the SPSS 28 and the AMOS 28. And in this case, the convenience sampling was used, which is again a type of a non-probabilistic sampling technique. Now, this is the demographic profile of the sample. So again, as I have specified over here, the sample size was 382. So again, amongst that, 57% were males and 42% were female. And the second category was that of the educational qualifications, which again, the distribution has been given in this particular slide. Now, regarding the data analysis, we have utilized a two-pronged approach. So basically, in the first step, we went through with the confirmatory factor analysis, wherein we have checked the different model fit indexes, which was pertaining to the measurement model per se. And we have also checked the validity and reliability of the research instrument that we have taken for the study. And in the second step, the structural model was designed and verified with the help of structural equational modeling. So with the help of this step also, the proposed hypotheses were evaluated, and we were able to find out that whether it was accepted or rejected according to the data that we have collected. Now, before we moved on to the reliability and the validity part, we also checked that whether the common method bias was present in our study or not. So for this, the different steps were taken. Firstly, in advance, we basically informed all the respondents about their anonymity. Under no circumstances their identity will be leaked out, and the entire data that we are collecting was strictly to be used for the research purpose. And also they were encouraged to share their honest opinions with us. Second, we have circulated the questionnaire in an online manner so that the social desirability bias was not present. And thirdly, we had conducted the Herman single factor test. So again, we got a result of 32.839%, which is again meeting, which is below the threshold level, which is generally 50%. So by all of these three steps, it is indicative of the fact that the common method bias was not present for this study. Now, coming to the reliability, we have conducted the Cronbach alpha. So again, the result found out that it is more than 0.70, which furthermore proved that the internal consistency of the primary data set was of high value. Now, coming to the validity testing. So again, for all the 5 constructs that we have taken, we have measured the composite reliability, average variance explained, maximum shared variance, and also the average shared variance per se. So again, there are certain threshold ranges which has been given by Hare et al. 2010. So all of these particular criteria was met with the results that we have obtained through the use of SPSS 28.0. And also we have looked into the correlation of all of these 5 constructs. So as you can see that all the constructs are ranking more than 0.7, which shows a good correlation. Now coming to the second part of the data analysis, which is basically of the structural model. So for this, we have basically executed it through the structural equational modeling. So for all the 5 hypotheses, you can see the beta values, which is given over here. So only one hypothesis shows a negative relationship, otherwise all are positive.
Sorry for the interruption, but you only have 1 minute to complete the
I'll just conclude. So these are all the, as you can see, that all the hypothesis has been supported. Now, coming to the findings, so as I said, that which is kind of relevant from this particular table. So again, apart from perceived risk and trust, all the relationships have been proven to be positive and significant. Now, coming to the theoretical implications, of course, the BRT model is strengthened over here, and we have an understanding which is focused on the health conscious respondents. And of course, there are several practical implications also, which helps the managers to overcome the different challenges associated with the food delivery apps. Coming to the limitations, as I said, that all the data which has been collected were from Indian respondents, which basically limits the wider acceptability of the study. And we have used a cross-sectional data. So in the future, we would really want to, we need to map out the different demographic and cultural segment also, and maybe we can go for a longitudinal study per se. So again, this brings us to the conclusion of this particular presentation. So amongst the 5 hypotheses tested, all the hypotheses were proven true. And having said that, the underpinning of this study, the theoretical underpinning of this study, which is basically BRT, which helps us consider both the benefits and risks of using a mobile food app in the context and perception of a health conscious consumer. So that brings us to the end of this presentation. Thank you. I'm
Yeah,
open to any
yeah.
questions.
Satakshi, nice
Yes,
presentation.
thank you, sir.
The first question is, what is motivation behind this topic?
Sir, as my research area is on consumer psychology, mobile food applications is growing like thoroughly. Like I would say that it is like in the growth stage, or even it is about to reach the saturation stage. So we have so much options which is available in front of a consumer. We really need to study like what drives their choice satisfaction. So that would lead from the other end, from the other psychology, it will help the organizations. So basically build their applications in such a way in order to annex a different consumer segment in order to grow their organization. So that was the
Okay, so
motivation.
can you brief about the architecture, system architecture?
Sir, if I go to this methodology path, so this is a hypothesized research model. As I said, it is based on the
So you
theoretical
have
and
not added a separate system architecture.
sir, if you can explain like what is the system, what exactly are
Actually,
you
I
asking?
was just I'm expecting the input and output. So your system is going to accept reviews as a, if I'm not wrong.
No, no, sir. It is a survey. The input is basically the survey. As I said, that the data was collected from the Indian respondents. So I have a questionnaire on all of these 5 constructs that I have basically got from the literature review. We have circulated it through the use of a social media network, wherein we have collected about 382 data, and based on their responses, we have done the data analysis.
Okay, so from where you have collected the data? Have
Sir,
you collected data, or you have just used someone else's data?
No, no, sir. We have collected the data. We have developed a questionnaire, and we have circulated this questionnaire with the help of certain social media websites. So the
Okay.
total sample size, the number of responses were 382. But yes,
Okay.
one limitation is that all these 382 respondents were Indian.
Okay. Then next, what about data validation? Whatever data you have collected,
Yes, sir.
have
So,
you done
yes,
any
sir.
data validation?
Yes, sir. First of all, we checked that the common method bias was absent, which was done through the Herman single factor test, which is depicted over here. And after that, we checked the reliability through the Cronbach alpha value, which came more than 0.70. And furthermore, we also went for certain validity testing with certain goodness of fit index. So over here, it is a part of the CFA process, which is the confirmatory factor analysis. So for all of these 5 constructs, we, as you can see over here, these are the threshold ranges of here et al. 2010. So all of these, for all of these variables, that is the composite reliability, the average variance explained, the maximum shared variance, and the average shared variance, all of these particular values are falling in this particular category. So these were the
Yes.
3 steps of validity that we have done.
Okay. It's done from my side. Over to you, Fatima.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you please answer your presentation?
Yes.
So for the next presentation, I would like to call Kritika for the paper title, Exploring Barriers Impacting Farmers' Direct Marketing Practices. I kindly request the presenter to start with the presentation.
Yeah. A very good afternoon. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon to all the presenters. I'm Kritika.
Good
I'm a
afternoon.
research scholar in Amrita Vishwavidyapidam. The topic which I am here to present is exploring the barriers impacting the farmers in direct marketing practices. So to run with the presentation, this is the outline of the presentation which I am going to do. Like to start with introduction, why I have chosen this research area or research topic is like we see agriculture is one of the major major occupation that is carried out in our country, and it is very essential for maintaining the food security and also for the livelihood of people who are for their survival. So, and as agriculture also contributes to the major our gross domestic product of the country around 17.8%, and it is the statistics which I have taken from the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. So, why marketing in agriculture? Because the farmers are facing many problems. Specifically, they face issues related to marketing. So, I thought understanding or studying their marketing practices will be one of the support that can be delivered to the farmers in the aspects for them to better their marketing practices or to make them understand what are the important barriers that they have to consider or while they are doing the marketing activities. So when we consider the literatures, the conventional marketing practices in India were through the nearby marketplaces called as bazaars. Likewise, those markets were characterized by the inadequate infrastructure, the lack of transport facilities for the farmers to take their products to the markets, communication networks between the farmers and consumers, and also with the other market resources that were available. And there were less number of regulations or they also had restricted access to financial resources. So this was one of the recent literature that was conducted in 2025. So nowadays, the farmers have started moving to the practice of direct marketing rather than the conventional traditional marketing practices which were done through intermediaries. So what is direct marketing? Direct marketing refers to the practice of selling products directly to the consumers by farmers without any intermediaries. This was the concept which was given by Bruce and Ernst in 2010. Likewise, we also have some literature supporting that compared to the traditional marketing channels, direct marketing channels have added importance. So, there are also studies proving that farmers involved in direct marketing are enjoying better sales and their income has also been increased. To continue with the introduction and study background, like who can succeed in direct marketing? Some of these studies support that farmers with better education and negotiation skills who are having better access to market information, the dependence on the family members, like families mutually supporting the farmers in their agricultural activities or marketing, and association with other farmers or farmers group are more into direct marketing. So what are the some of the barriers that the farmers face, or what are the impacts that they have in direct marketing? One is lack of cold storage facilities, and there is large competition among farmers in the aspects of marketing. So they also encounter various challenges like they don't have proper warehouse facilities to store their produces after harvest, information about the market that are happening day to day, and demand for the products, and the costly transportation which they face, price fluctuations for the produce, and insufficient government support. So these are some of the literatures that states that the challenges which the farmers face. There are also certain barriers like prevalence of middleman, absence of organized markets, lack of awareness of standardization and grading procedures which the farmers have. So these are other challenges supported by the other authors. So why I chose this as the literature gap, which I found was like the previous literatures which I was mentioning have tried to study the factors individually. So by using demantle method in this paper, demantle methodology in this paper, we have tried to identify different barriers and understand the interrelationship among the barriers, and at last we will be able to find which barrier has more impact, and that barrier has to be avoided by the farmers. So this will help the farmers to enhance their marketing practices, improve their sales, and it will also have an impact on the income or profit which they are earning. So to move on to the methodology, so aim of this research was to explore and analyze the critical barriers impacting the farmers in direct marketing practices. The study had two objectives. One is to identify the critical barriers impacting farmers' direct marketing, and to analyze the interrelationship among these barriers and prioritize which barrier has more impact on the direct marketing conditions. And the research questions were: what are the critical barriers impacting farmers in direct marketing practices? How do the barriers influence one another, and can the rank of the barriers be measured? So the research design which is used for this study is the DMATL method, and this method was developed by Battle Memorial Institute in 1970s, and this is basically used to understand the relationship, causal relationship between barriers, and identify cost and effect factors that will have the impact on the problem to be studied. So scholars have used this in industrial and service sectors and try to identify the cause-effect relationship, and also the factors, cause and effect factors, which are more prominent in this topic that is being taken for study. So this method also helps us to represent a structural framework of interrelationship between the cost and effect factors. So in this method, we have tried to study the relationship between the barriers and the obstacles that are faced by the farmers in direct marketing practices. So these are the steps that are involved in DMATL approach. First one is identification of factors. The factors will be identified through a literature review and also with an interview with the expert farmers who are already involved in the direct marketing practices. Next step is establishing the interconnectedness between the factors. Third is development of influence matrix, followed by the construction of scatter plot and the cause effect diagram. So this table shows that these are some of the barriers that are identified through the literature review and also from the expert opinion. And to move on to the construction of initial direct relation matrix. So this is calculated with the opinions that are been derived from the farmers. We collect the expert opinions using a 5-point Likert scale, where the questions will be rating the influence of one factor between the other factors. So 10 responses were collected from farmers who are involved in direct marketing, and those farmers were selected based on their knowledge and expertise. The sampling method used for the study was purposive sampling, and this table denotes the direct relationship matrix. From direct relationship matrix, we derived the normal relationship matrix, which helps to create the influence matrix. So the influence matrix table helps us to understand which barrier has more influence on the other barrier. So next we calculate the degree of relation, like which factor has more relationship with the other factors. So the values, if we see A plus B and A minus B, in the A minus B table, if the values are negative, it means it is the effect factor, and if the values are positive, it is the cause factor. So here the barriers 3, barrier 4 and barrier 10 are the 3 important barriers that are hindering the success of farmers. So when the farmers involving in direct marketing consider these 3 barriers, that would be helpful for achieving success in their direct marketing practices to some extent. So this shows the cause effect diagram, like positive side is the cost factor and the negative side is the effect factor. And to conclude, so this article, with the use of DMATL approach, we have tried to explore which are the barriers impacting the farmers' direct marketing. As I was mentioning, the competition among farmers is the foremost barrier that the farmers face, because that if there is no unity among the farmers, they cannot carry out any activity in a successful manner. Likewise, poor quality packaging. So if the farmers are not using appropriate packaging methods, the consumers will not attract the products which are sold by the farmers. Likewise, road infrastructure. The farmers, specifically in rural areas, are facing very difficult to carry their products from their place to the market. So, when these three barriers are avoided or kept under control by the farmers, they can achieve success in their marketing practices. So this study has tried to support the understanding by avoiding. So the farmers, if they avoid these barriers, they can become successful in their business that they are trying to carry out. So research implications can be, so the framework of the study will be like, it will be valuable for the investigators and also for the experts who are, and also to the consumers who are acquiring the products from the farmers. So this will assess the farmers when identifying the most important barriers, as the farmers are the main pillars for supporting agriculture, and they also tend to deliver fresh produces to the farmers without compromising the quality. They should understand the better practices that should be followed in their direct marketing. So addressing these barriers will help the farmers to definitely enhance their income and also better their livelihood, and they can consider this as a sustainable option. So, sir.
Yes, yeah,
So,
ma'am, please go ahead. Please go ahead. I think you're
uh,
running out of time.
sir, I'm almost over. The research limitations are extensively, like we have studied only certain barriers identified from the literature, and exhaustive literature can be done. And this is only, the experts were only farmers, and the other aspects, other stakeholders can also be considered for study in future. So like comparative study between different places can also provide a better results. So how it is happening in other places, a comparison can provide better results. So a more in-depth and real-life studies will offer progressive knowledge in the farming community who are involved in direct marketing. And these are some of the references. And thank you.
Yes, very interesting topic, madam, as you are contributing in the overall development of country.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah, the first question is that, ma'am, what is motivation behind this topic?
Sir, actually, I'm from a farming community, and I have seen the farmers or even my father struggling a lot to market the products which we are having in our farm. And majority of the cost which we lost, it is through which is given to the intermediaries or the retailers or the wholesalers who take the products from us. So I wanted to explore like which marketing practices will be more beneficial to the farmers so that their income can be increased or their expenses can be reduced. So to understand that, I thought direct marketing practices will support the farmers to enhance their income and also to enhance their livelihood. So that was the major motivation why I wanted to study the farmers' direct marketing practices.
Okay. And the next question is that whatever system you have, or whatever application you have, is it in regional language or it's in English, only for English?
No, sir. Like we have the questionnaire or the interview schedule, which I interacted with the farmers was in the regional language. They read that, understand that, and gave their responses.
Okay, okay. So you
It
have
was
collected the data.
translated in the, sir.
Have you collected data set? Have
Yes,
you
yes,
collected
yes.
or you
I
have
have
just
collected
downloaded from
data set. No, no,
where is
like
it?
I have interacted with the farmers who are
Mm.
involved in direct marketing, like 10 farmers I have interacted, and with them, with their expert opinions only, we have derived at the data set, sir.
Can you just show me a data set, ma'am, whatever you have collected? Is it in CSV or is in Excel for file?
Sir, it was collected in Excel and it was coded through R, and the results were done, analysis were done through R software.
Okay, next, before processing that data, whatever you have collected, is
Uh,
there any data validation technique you have applied?
So validation is like it was basically from the experts, the farmers who are involved. Depending on the experience of the farmers, there were no validation. Like as they were the experts, so their opinions
Mhm.
were considered. Like
So I
data
think there is
validation.
no need of validation
No,
because whatever data you are getting, that data is genuine data.
yes, sir.
But you have just collected the data from 10 farmers.
Yes, 10 farmers.
What do you think?
Because
Is it sufficient?
this demantle approach, it does not depend on the sample size, sir. It can be interpreted with even 5 data. Like we have studies stating that the method can be adopted even with 5 responses. So
Okay,
we thought
okay,
one data would be sufficient for carrying out the analysis.
okay. And as for your recommendation system, madam, are
Mm.
you considering any real-time information or real-time data which with respect to time?
No, sir. I haven't.
But I hope you are getting my point.
So real time is you're asking me any technological tools that are being
Hmm.
used. No, no, sir.
Okay, okay. Yes, thank you, ma'am. Nice topic, nice presentation.
Thank you,
Done
sir.
from my side. Patil ma'am, over to you.
Yes. Ma'am, can you please answer your presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
So for the next presentation, I would like to call Patan for the paper title Hybrid Quantum Classical Optimization for Improved Diagnosis in Breast Ultrasound Imaging. I kindly request the presenter to start with the presentation.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am, and good afternoon to all the presenters. Sir, am I audible? And is my PPT is visible?
Yes, you're audible. Yes.
Yes. Myself is Patan Arifun. I am a research scholar. I am pursuing my PhD in RJUKT, RK Valley from Andhra Pradesh. I presented a paper with the title Hybrid Quantum Classical Optimization for Breast Cancer Diagnosis. Um, Today's discussion is all about introduction, problem statement, limitations, classical foundation, and proposed framework, quantum computing in medical AI, hybrid quantum classical model architecture, dataset whatever I have collected, and current limitations and future directions. Nowadays, most of the female are suffering from breast cancer issue. In 2022, 2.3 million cases are to be diagnosed, and it is to be raised by 3.2 million cases by 2050. If we detect the breast cancer at the early stage itself, the patient survival rate will be increased. If you are not able to detect the cancer, the patient survival rate is going to be decreased. For detecting the cancer, we have many classical machine learning algorithms are there. Early detection dramatically improves outcomes. Quantum AI offers new possibilities for rapid and accurate diagnosis in ultrasound imaging. And why we need to detect the cancers at that early stage itself means it is showing a global impact, because most of the female patients are suffering from the breast cancer, and the cancer deaths are going to be increased. When we detect at the early stage itself, the patient can be survived for more period of time. And WHO also recommends early diagnosis improves the survival rate of the patient. And the current limitations of this is cost, and we have an accuracy gaps also, and generalization challenges. For this, innovative computational approaches are needed to enhance the diagnostic precision and save the lives of the patient. And we have many number of classical approaches, but those classical approaches are suffers from with some limitations, and those limitations are data scarcity. The classical approaches, the medical images are often too small. It is somewhat it is not able to identify or detect the disease at the early stage itself. And second limitation is an overfitting risk. Limited ultrasound data causes classical models to struggle with generalization and computational cost also. Traditional machine learning algorithms relies on linear algebra matrix operations, and it requires an extensive training time and requires more resources. And detection accuracy for for dense breast issues, it becomes time consuming for the radiologist to identify the lesions, whether it is an cancerous or non-cancerous. It takes more time to identify the correct lesion manually for the radiologist. And in this paper, I used an ResNet 50 model This ResNet 50 has an architectural depth for image feature extraction and medical imaging success and computational constraints also, and foundation for hybrid. Whenever we combine both the classical and quantum machine learning concepts, we can improve the accuracy. And ResNet 50 serves here in this particular framework, in this particular proposed work, classical backbone for providing the robust capabilities that quantum layers can enhance and optimize. And in this proposed framework, what the methodology I have used it first, I need to have collected the data from the open Kaggle set, open source Kaggle set. That too, I collected the breast ultrasound images itself. And later then we have feature extraction. For feature extraction, I used ResNet 50, and feature compression is to be there because um, whenever we collect the images have more dimensions. I need to reduce the dimensions to less. And for that, we have to use an quantum encoding and quantum neural processing also. In quantum neural processing, variational quantum circuit has to be used with 8 qubits. And fast learning classification is to be used for fast learning classification is to be used for training the data with fast. And why we need the quantum computing for medical AI means quantum computing has some of the quantum principles like quantum entanglement, quantum superposition, and we make to use of an quantum variational quantum circuits also, and quantum neural networks for whenever we have an high dimensional feature spaces. Quantum computing offers a potential to process complex high dimensional medical imaging rather than the classical approaches. And hybrid quantum classical model architecture consists of quantum convolution layers and classical ResNet 50 and synergetic integration. Whenever we combine these classical and hybrid, the strength of the both paradigms are going to be increased so that we can improve the learning efficiency, fast convergence, and we can generalize it better than the classical ones. And the data set, whatever I collected, that is from the Kaggle. And the data set consists of 780 images, and that too it is an grayscale ultrasound images. And thus the images are to be classified into 3 categories like benign, malignant, and normal. For benign, there are out of the 780 images, 437 images for benign, and 210 images for malignant, and 133 images for normal. And the total data set has to be divided into 80 to 20, and 80 for training and 20 for testing. The current limitations of this particular proposed framework is an hardware constraints because we have a limited qubit count. Sometimes there is a noise interference also, and scalability also. Whenever we expand the quantum layers, we need to maintain the layers. Next, integration complexity. Whenever we have provided an multimodal data, we too require the effective resources. And path forward is an we need to test on real-time quantum processors in order to assess noise tolerance and qubit constraints, also hardware imperfections, also circuit optimization, noise mitigation strategies, hardware aware training should be required. And we need to simplify the variational quantum circuits. Whenever it comes to the clinical deployment, we need to check on the multi-institution data sets. Explainable AI integration and regulatory validation should be done. And quantum AI systems, hardware-ready architectures advances medical imaging into practical quantum era. And the key contribution of this particular proposed framework is this work demonstrates that quantum enhanced deep learning can meaningfully advance the breast cancer diagnosis and achieves a 92% accuracy with faster training and better generalization than classical approaches, marking promising step towards a practical quantum AI in healthcare. And towards the quantum accelerated breast cancer, hybrid quantum classical models revolutionizing medical AI diagnostic. Combined strengths, we need to use an ResNet 50 VQC and QNN for classical and quantum. And clinical impact of this quantum accelerated mechanism is we can enhance the early diagnosis of the disease. We can somewhat we can reduce the misdiagnosis, and the patient lives are to be saved. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Sir, you can proceed with your questions.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, madam, what is motivation behind this topic?
Sir, for classical machine learning, we have many number of classical machine learning approaches in order to overcome the overfitting and poor generalization on specifically on small imbalanced data set. Even though we have a small and imbalanced data set, we can work out with the hybrid models.
Okay. And how you are going to handle the pre-processing, as you rightly talking about pre-processing?
Sir,
Ma'am, how you are going to handle the pre-processing?
data pre-processing, sir.
Yeah, data pre-processing.
Data pre-processing can be done by using an data encoding.
Yes. Can you just show me the slide of methodology, madam?
Sir, in the slide, I didn't put the methodology, sir.
Okay, that's why I'm asking why methodology is not there. Because it gives a clear idea about the topic
Okay, sir.
on the topic which you are. Okay. Now, what is your observations, ma'am? Whatever methodology you have implemented, what is your observation and how it is better than the traditional or existing state of the art techniques?
Sir, for feature extraction, we have used ResNet 50 for feature extractor. And for encoding the data, I have used an quantum encoding and some variational quantum circuits I used. 8-bit quantum variational circuit I used.
Good. Thank you, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
done
sir.
from my side. Over to you, Patil madam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Can you please unshare your presentation?
Okay, thank you.
So for the next presentation, I would like to call Valerie for the paper title, Object Classification in Fuzzy Logic Terms. I kindly request the presenter to start with the presentation.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you can start with the presentation.
Yeah. Now I will show you. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, hello. My name is Valeris. I'm a PhD student from the University of Latvia, and the title of my work is Object Classification in the Fuzzy Logic Terms. So firstly, briefly, motivation of work. So formally, we define a dataset consisting of pairs XY, where X represents the input features like numerical values or text, and Y is the known label or category that this input belongs to. So these labels come from a fixed set of classes denoted by C, and the objective is to use this data to learn function f, which takes any input x and predicts the correct class label from C. So in this work, I used the KNN classification algorithm. So algorithm is pretty simple. So we have some training data set with labels, and for the new data point, we are choosing k nearest neighbors, which are already labeled. And then we count how many neighbors are from each class. And in finally, for the new data point, predicted class will be labeled which has maximal votes. And here is an example of data classification process. So we have small data set with 50 observations with two classes. For prediction, we will use 20 neighbors. And for testing, we have 5 points. They are denoted by stars. And here is classification result for 5 test dots with the real and predicted labels. So as we can see, 4 test points have been predicted correct and 1 wrong. And here is detailed illustration how prediction was made. So with green circles are shown nearest neighbors. So here 14 from class 0 and 6 from class 1. So the final class for a testing dot will be the class 0, and it is correct. And here is illustration of a wrong prediction. So for this test point, the neighbors are 7 from class 0 and 13 from class 1. And because the most votes are from class 1, the label for this point will be 1. So here is the problem when we are doing data classification using the distance measure. And now how we will involve fuzzy logic in this algorithm. So for the object similarity, we will use the fuzzy equivalence relations. It is binary relations with following 3 axioms. It is reflexivity, symmetry, and transitivity. And for constructing the similarity measure, we will use a tool which is called an additive generator. It is one variable function that is continuous and strictly decreasing. And here are some examples of additive generators. For the product norm, the additive generator is a logarithmic function. For the Lukasevich t-norm, the additive generator is a linear function. And for Hamacher t-norm, additive generator looks like this. And now, how exactly we will construct the similarity measure? So to construct the similarity measure, we will use the following theorem. For any pseudometric, such mapping is T-equivalence. This theorem can be proven using the definition of T-equivalence by checking this mapping on the reflexivity, symmetry, and transitivity. And here is an example of the construction similarity measure for the product theorem. So first we find the pseudo-inverse function for the additive generator. And then using this theorem, we are constructing equivalence relation. So similarity measure what we got is strictly decreasing fuzzy equivalence relation. So the same process can be applied to another t-norms. And here are provided fuzzy similarities for some t-norms. In previous slide, it was shown how the similarity measure was constructed for the product t-norm. And here also you can see how fuzzy equivalence relation looks for Lukasevich and Hamacher t-norms. And now, when we have some data set with known class labels, for the new object, we are calculating fuzzy equivalence relations with observation from each class. And the final decision to which class assign the new data we will do the aggregation of fuzzy equivalence relations on class level. And the aggregation can be simple using max operator. The sum operator is not preferable, but also if you want to keep the transitivity, aggregation could be done in a harder way. So from aggregation operator, we are asking 2 conditions. Operator must be monotonical and with these 2 boundary conditions. And this aggregation operator also is based on the additive generator. And here, depending on the chosen t-norm, we have different aggregation operators for Lukasevich, product, and Hamacher t-norms. And now about the algorithm. So firstly, we compute the fuzzy equivalence relations between the new point and all training data points. Next, we identify the k most similar data points with the new data point. And next, we are aggregating all fuzzy equivalence relation from the corresponding class. And finally, assign the class label with the highest aggregated similarity measure. Now, algorithm is pretty simple. And now, going back to the previous example, but with fuzzy logic structure. So here you can see classification using fuzzy equivalence relation based on the product norm. Here is the same test point denoted by star, which was wrong predicting using classical KNN approach. Here, the green circle size of k similarest neighbors shows the value of fuzzy equivalence relations. The higher fuzzy equivalence relation,
Yes, sorry to disturb. So
uh,
I think you are running out of time. Please conclude.
No, I have here some example with where a classification using fuzzy equivalence relation has benefits comparing with classical KNN approach. Um, Maybe I will stop on this example. Here is dataset for demonstration. We have 2,000 observations, 15 classes, and number of neighbors is 300. So for this dataset, for comparison, the classification was done using standard approach and with different t-norms. And here for comparison is provided the confusion matrix of each classification. On axis Y is expected labels and axis X is predicted label. On diagonal is the number of correct predictions. As we can see, using classical KNN approach, for labels 8 and 14, prediction works very bad. But using classification with t-norms, prediction are much more accurate. And here is provided next step for studying. So the first is in which cases which t-norm should be used depending on the dataset structure. So is there some dataset characteristics which helps to select the right t-norms before classification process starts? The second one, the similarity measure was based on the fuzzy equivalence relations, where one of the properties is the transitivity preserving. So question is it necessary to keep this transitivity, or the fuzzy equivalence relation can be replaced with another fuzzy logic objects, which is simpler, like fuzzy tolerance relations. And the last one is in this work was shown how fuzzy equivalence relation can be involved in the classification problem, but also it can be done in the regression task. So from my side, is it all? So
Yeah, thank you, sir.
yeah.
So the first question is obviously, what is the motivation behind this topic? Why the object classification by using fuzzy logic?
As I say from the beginning, I'm a PhD, first year PhD student, and my topic is fuzzy logic application in the machine learning algorithms. I'm trying to find the new way how fuzzy logic can be implemented in different machine learning algorithms. So that's why fuzzy logic was involved in classification problem. It's already done with a clustering problem, and the next step was exactly the classification problem. So no, it is my motivation why I'm studying this.
Okay. Do you have any observation that the object classification with fuzzy logic and without fuzzy logic? Do you have any comparison?
Can you repeat, please? I didn't.
Okay, my question is, do you have any observation that object classification with fuzzy logic and without fuzzy logic?
Um,
I hope I'm clear. Question is clear.
Not really. I have some troubles with sound, I guess.
Okay, so you did object classification by using fuzzy logic. Okay.
Yes.
So do you have any observation that object classification with fuzzy logic and without fuzzy logic? Any comparison of or results? This is the comparison, or this is the major comparison that you find in your research.
No, I compared the classification where fuzzy logic was used and the standard KNN approach where fuzzy logic is not used, and this comparison was done here. But also in this work was comparison only with classical KNN approach, but another classification approaches wasn't compared with my proposed methodology.
Okay, yes. Thank you. Yes, over to you, Patil madam.
Okay. Thank you,
Mhm.
Alaris. You can please unshare your presentation.
Yeah.
So for the next presentation, I would like to call Vishwambar Dayal for the paper title Unveiling the Trends and Patterns on Global Medical Tourism, Insights from Bibliometric Analysis using R software. I kindly request the presenter to start with the presentation. Mr. Vishwambar, are you there in the meet? I guess he's not there. Okay, so this was the last presentation. Now let's move on towards our closing remark.
Remark of what? Session chairs remark.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, the presentations was good. The topics were really what we can say the fruitful. But what I observed that few papers were not having methodology. Few authors were really casual regarding their presentations, and they have not followed the standard template. So this is my observation. Yeah, yeah. This is from my side.
Okay, sir. And I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentation and contribution. Okay, Mr. Vishwandar, you can start with your presentation.
Thank you so
Is
much,
he
ma'am.
joined?
So sorry I
Yeah.
joined.
Yes, sir. Yes, just
Another
join.
meeting. Sorry.
And sir, please ensure from next time you are on time.
Absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely.
Where you can proceed.
Is it visible, ma'am?
It's visible.
So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vishwambar Dayal, pursuing my PhD from Big Five University, Jaipur. And this is the topic for the presentation, unveiling the trends and pattern on global medical tourism insight from bibliometric analysis using our software. And met this introduction on medical tourism. Medical tourism refers to the practices of foreign tourists traveling to a place with the purpose of improving, repairing, or preserving their health. The global population is seeing both an increase in age and wealth at a pace that exceeds the availability of high quality healthcare services. A significant number of individuals, both citizens and residents, are actively seeking healthcare options abroad that offer high quality services at significantly reduced cost. The medical tourism sector is seeing rapidly growth as nation in Europe, Asia, and South America are achieving significant success in providing healthcare services to international patients. The literature review, various authors attribute the rise of medical tourism to several factors, including the growing waiting listing in developed nations, international exchange rates, affordable services in Myanmar. And this is the present study utilized the methodology for conducting bibliometric analysis given by Rowley and Slack 2004 steps, which I followed for the research at database
Yeah.
identification.
Sorry to interrupt, Vishwambar sir. Your slides are not moving.
Are not visible, sir?
Yeah, your screen is visible, but slides are not moving. I can see only the first
The
slide,
slides are
paper
not
ID one.
moving right now. You can move the slides. Put it on the slideshow mode.
Is this visible now? Hello?
Sir, your
Ma'am?
screen is visible. Slide show karo, please. Slide show.
Sir, I'm showing, is this slide visible, sir, this research methodology?
No, sir. Please share your entire screen. Don't just share the window.
Okay. Is this now visible, sir?
Yes, sir. Now it's visible. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, sir. So, for literature review, I think this was the slide was not moving. Various authors attribute the rise of medical tourism to several factors, including the growing waiting list in developed nations, international exchange rates, affordable services, and finally, after the reviewing, I found that the promotion of medical tourism to remote nations and can be possible when the traveling expenses are lower, knowledge transfer, and affordable. And the same on the medical tourism sector is seeing swift expansion after 2005, and it is visible in next slides as well, sir. This is the research methodology which I have used. The present study utilize the methodology for conducting bibliometric analysis given by Rowley and Slack. Steps that followed were database identification and screening process for GenAI chatbot studies, search syntax, initial results of the literature search, application of filters and bibliometric tools. Sir, ma'am. This slide illustrates that from these are the key word which I used in Scopus and Web of Science, medical, MVT, tourism or treatments, and in the same way, medical, MVTI, tourism or treatment. This slide illustrates that from 1957 to 2025, study growth in medical tourism, it's like 1957 to 2020, 2005, it was not much study done, but after 2005, the study gone well in a significant way. The contribution from several authors and the number of documents proceeds over 4248 and 2062 respectively. From 804 unique sources, there are no documents that were authored by a single individual, and the growth is for about 16.18% were involved and with co-authorship with international authors, and the annual growth rate in publication is 4.837. This is the information in publication statistics. You can see in left side this journals articles are visible, and in right side years are clearly visible. Starting in 1957 to 2005, there is no negligible significant growth is visible, sir. But after 2005, you can see the growth is skyrocketing, and in last 48 compared to 48 years, in last 20 years, the growth is clearly visible in articles of medical tourism. And this is the source which we have taken in left side. You can see the sources, and in the right side years are visible. The figure displays annual publication statistics on the left and associated year-on-year growth on the right. Significantly, there was a negligible rise in the quantity of article per journal until 2005, sir. This is the corresponding authors contribute. You can see that figure depicts collaborative research pattern resulting in single country publication SCPs and multiple country publication MCPs. With the domain of medical tourism, the results demonstrate the SCPs represent the vast majority of output, while MCPs comprise a minimal portion. China is the sole nation with the comparatively higher number of MCPs. The 10 leading nations represented by corresponding authors are the USA, China, Iran, India, Malaysia, South Korea, Turkey, Canada, UK, and Thailand. The United States leads in SAPs. Authors from United States, China, Iran, and India are principal contributing to SCPs. And this is the final conclusion of the paper. The finding highlights the growing academic interest in medical tourism since the mid-2000s. fueled by rising globally mobility, advancement in healthcare technology, and increasing demand for cost-effective medical services. The United States and China emerged as a dominant contributors in terms of both publication output and citation impact, followed closely by Australia, Malaysia, South Korea, and United Kingdom. These are the references which I have taken.
Okay. Sir, I have two questions basically. First is on data set.
Yes, sir.
So whatever data set you have collected, have you generated data set or you have just collected it from distributed environment?
Sir, I have collected data from hospitals because I have done two progress presentation of my PhD. So I met some patients and doctors as well, sir.
Very good. Next, sir, have you validated data set?
Sir, as of now, not, but I met almost 123 doctors and patients in Rajasthan because the topic, my PhD topics belongs to Rajasthan only. So I met them and I found that people were traveling out of the state or of the country. What kind
of? Okay. So you are at the second stage, means two progress you have done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you, sir. Yes, over to you, madam.
Okay.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Apology for delay, ma'am.
It's okay. Now let's start with our closing remark. I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentations and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of whole team, thank you for the support during this 10th version and all the previous 9th version of the conference. We will be happy to have you in the 11th conference that's in 2027. All the presenter will be getting that digital certificate through mail within 2 to 3 working days. The publication will be live within 7 to 8 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of SMARTCOM. I also thank our session chair, Professor Chandrakant D. Kokane, for chairing the session, a token of appreciation to the chair on behalf of Team SmartCom 2026 and Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. Thank you, sir, for your valuable presence. Would you
Thank you
like to
so much, ma'am.
address the participant?
No, actually, I have already added my concluding remark. The presentations was good. The topics were really good, but there are some scope for improvement because whenever we are going for international conference, the approach should not be casual. And the second remark is that whatever standard template we have, that we need to follow that standard template. And if we have to conclude the presentation in 10 minutes, I think this is very important. So before presentation, there should be a practice at your end. So this is just a suggestions to all the participants. But okay, so that is from my side now.
Okay, now I request everyone to switch on the camera for a quick snapshot.
Then, madam.
Yes, ma'am. So, thank you all for your participation.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for allowing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Should we leave now?
Yes, you all can leave.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.